The team that interested me the most, though, and I've written this a little bit in the past, but I want to bring it back here for a second. And I get mocked all the time for this. One of my takes that usually I reserve for this show that I get slapped around with. Houston Rockets. The Rockets right now, middle of the playoff picture in the Western Conference. But you can easily see Houston getting beat in the first round. The Westbrook-Harden pairing, not great. You can see them getting beat in the first round. And if they do, would the Rockets consider trading James Harden? Would they look at that as a potential possibility? I get it. Sounds totally nuts. Harden, unbelievable offensive player. Daryl Morey says all the time that Harden is a better offensive player than Michael Jordan. And there are times watching him and seeing the things he can do that you can see it. You can believe it. He's averaging 37 a game. He's going to win his third straight scoring title. He's leading the NBA right now in minutes played. You build around guys like that. I get it. You don't trade them. And if Harden was 25 or 26 years old, I'd agree with you. But he's 30. He'll be 31 before the start of next season. He's logged a lot of miles down in Houston. If the Rockets were positioned to get better via trade or be players in free agency, I'd agree with you. But they gave up some picks in that Westbrook deal. They gave up some picks there. And the Harden-Westbrook contracts have kind of landlocked them a little bit. You can't make a lot of significant deals or be players in free agency with two guys that'll make $82 million combined next season. They're under contract through 2023. The last year of both their deals, I think it's like $47 million. Now, let's say Golden State offers Russell the top pick, that kind of package. They want more. They can throw in some pieces to make the money work, and they can offer every possible draft pick they can for like the next 5 seasons. Their first, swap rights, all of it. Do you think about it if you're Houston? You can carry on with Harden and still be an annual contender. Hall of Famer, no question. And I think his game is probably going to age pretty well the way he plays. I think he'll be effective in his mid to late 30s. Certainly more effective than Westbrook, whose game is predicated almost entirely on speed and athleticism. But is it the name of the game winning championships? Isn't that what we're all here for? And if you can't see a path to a championship, is being proactive better than being reactive? I don't expect people in Houston to be receptive to this. Fans of a team love what they have. I mean, you suggest that Portland trade Hassan Whiteside for Kevin Love and your Twitter timeline blows up with how much Kevin Love stinks at defense. You get attacked in Boston nowadays for even suggesting trading Marcus Smart. But being proactive, to me, it makes sense. Boston did it when they traded away Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. I know it's not the same situation, but look at where the Celtics are because of that. The Thunder did it last summer when they traded Paul George and Russell Westbrook. They're not a contender right now, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is excellent. And they've got like 107 draft picks over the next 5 years to rebuild that team in a different way. I wouldn't shop James Harden if I was the Rockets, but if the pieces fall in place with the Warriors, don't you have to at least have that kind of conversation? Yeah, Paulie.
The Rockets have sold out all their games for the past 3 years, and they haven't done that in a long time because of James Harden. The regular season, they're all set. From a basketball standpoint, doesn't Harden make the least sense for the Golden State Warriors style of pass, share?
I've heard that, but here's my argument against that. Harden is an elite passer. He's consistently one of the better assist men.
Dribble drive passing, isn't he?
Okay, but what was Kevin Durant when he got there? That was another isolation-heavy player.
He was a great player, but he also hurt their offensive style. Well, he didn't fit their offensive style. Okay,
but they didn't fit his two championships.
His greatness overcame that, but
yes.
he did not fit the Steve Kerr style of like a soccer offense where it's pass.
Where I'd argue that Harden would be problematic in Golden State from a basketball perspective is just defense. Like Kevin Durant is a high-level defensive player. Like that's something people don't talk about with Durant enough. James Harden is not and probably is never going to be. But the same reasons I brought up Ben Simmons offensively, Harden, terrific ball handler, playmaker, and Harden plays the way he plays because Houston tells him to play that way. They saw a window where we've got a player with the skill set of James Harden. We are going to build a team around that skill set. I know it feels like a lifetime ago, but in Oklahoma City, James Harden was a sixth man. James Harden willingly and happily accepted a role opposite Westbrook and Kevin Durant, the two stars of the team. went to a finals like that. And you can't tell me that James Harden, at 30 years old, almost 31 years old this summer, at some point in his head goes, I got to win, man. Like, I've won an MVP. I've won 3 scoring titles. I can tailor my game around these guys if it means winning a championship. I believe that. I believe that James Harden is selfless enough from a basketball perspective to make something like that work.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.